a lot of frustration on that record. I saw one review in, I think it was the Rolling Stone review, and they only gave us like a little tiny review. And they had said something like, what they said about the record was something to the effect of, these guys sound like they're just singing about being mad that they're famous. And I don't think that's entirely inaccurate. You know, I feel like Danger Days is a warning in some ways about the future, about celebrity and about fame, and that it's kind of like this.
It feels utterly like rebellion to me.
Yeah, it's also a rebellion against that. It's a rebellion against success. It's a rebellion against fame. It's a rebellion, oddly, kind of against corporations, even though we were kind of having a mostly pleasant experience with Warner Brothers at the time. The thing that happens,
you were probably stressed. You just did like an entire record, and you're like, I'm not sure I want to put this out now, because I can imagine like studios, they want you to keep pushing and making new music every year, which must be hard creatively to, you know, especially with someone like you, who in the writing is incredibly detailed and articulate with these concepts, to keep finding new directions to go in without a break, to actually live life, to have something to write about.
Right,
so
exactly.
It was a very clever trick you did there with finding the direction being rebellion from the thing that you weren't happy with or something.
Yeah, because what a band could very easily, and I think this happens to a lot of them, you get basically caught in a cycle. And the cycle is, let's say it starts with a record. You make a record, then you put the record out, then you tour on it. As soon as you're done with that tour, maybe you get a month or something off, right back into making another album. So it becomes this cycle, and you're in a machine. And it's just like, write, record, release, tour, write, record, release, tour, write, record, release, tour. And I think that's any band that's kind of active, and maybe before they've been around for many years. So you get caught in that, and I didn't like that. I didn't like being caught in that machine, you know?
Yeah. On a work level, I can't imagine, especially with things like touring, to then go into something that's creative, but also just logistically speaking, to try and do that, it's not sustainable, at least creatively. Maybe by some miracle, some bands can do it like on just a functional level, where they can keep doing that and making stuff on the road, and they're constantly in this cycle. But creatively, if you don't have time to sort of regenerate, you're pulling from nothing. It's like, I don't know what it's like. It's terrible.
No, but you are 100% right, by the way. You really kind of nailed it. Like, if you don't get to have new experiences, and you don't get to live life, simply just live life, then, you know, it's very hard. And you're also in that machine, by the way, you're also expected to write new material on the road. So it's literally just this loop that you're caught in. But if you don't live, you don't have experiences, you don't have anything to draw from. So you just start drawing from the only experience you're having, which is being on airplanes all the time and like playing. I'm not complaining about it, but you're playing these shows, you're sitting in dressing rooms all day, and you start to feel very isolated. So that's literally all you have to draw from, is the isolation. And those experiences playing live. And I think that's why a lot of albums, I think Pink Floyd was even doing this at some point, they're literally about the previous tour, is what they're talking about on the next album, or the feeling they had. So I am a big believer in, you need to live and have experience.
Yeah.